Hello, this is John Harbour from Exclusive Scottish Visits, and if you've been waiting patiently, I'm sorry for that. Some technical hitches, apart from a dog barking down there and a little baby trying to run across and take my camera down. I'm standing in front of Loch Lomond. It's behind me. It stretches all the way up the loch, 24 miles. It's a beautiful evening, Sunday, and there's lots of picnickers out, so if we get disturbed, not to worry. I just want to tell you a little bit about Loch Lomond. I'm John Harbour. I'm from Exclusive Scottish Visits, and firstly I want to say thank you very much indeed to those that have suggested that I take a gratuity or contribution for my work, and if you wish to, then by all means go to my Facebook page, Exclusive Scottish Visits, and you can see how to do it there on a PayPal link. A bit embarrassing for me, but at the same time what I'm going to do is contribute 50% of any gratuities to the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Anyway, without further ado, I just want to tell you a little bit about Loch Lomond. Now, I need to be behind the camera because I want to make sure it keeps working, and I want to make sure that I'm seeing your comments as well. So I'm going to just come behind and then just tell you a bit about this lovely area. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk forward a little bit and let you see what we've got here. That's Loch Lomond, as you can see. There's the sun. Just thinking of setting in about an hour's time, and all the way around as well. Now, before we go ahead and write down, I just want to tell you a little bit about the area. Loch Lomond, as you can see there, it's a freshwater loch which crosses the Highland boundary fault, and I'm going to tell you about that Highland boundary fault shortly. We're actually in the Lowlands officially now, and the Highlands are the other side of those three islands that are right in front of us. And I hope you can see those. Great. Loch Lomond is one of the largest lochs in Scotland. It's about 23 miles long. You're looking at about 50 kilometres. The loch forms part of the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park, which was established in 2002. It's the largest lake in Great Britain by surface area. In fact, it's only Loch Ness that just beats it by volume. This is by square area because of the actual size of it. But Loch Ness is much deeper. In parts it's about 1,000 feet deep, which is in this it's about maximum of about 500 feet. Stretching away up to the far north of us, and you can see the mountains beyond as well. And I'll just get a bit closer to it as we continue through. I see Sophie Delbeckerk's there, Sushili Carey there's as well, Don Wynne Sawyer. Hi there guys for watching me. Yeah, the three little islands right in front of us form part of what's called the Highland boundary fault, and it's a geological fault that crosses Scotland diagonally from Arran to Helensburgh, all the way up to Stonehaven. And what I'm going to do is just show you something on a map, if you can just bear with me. And I've got my map here. And this might just give you a little bit of an idea as to what you're looking at. So here, obviously, you can see Scotland, folks, just there. And as I pin in, here we go, Loch Lomond, just where my finger is, Loch Lomond. And I've drawn a line here to show you all the way from Stonehaven, all the way down to Arran. And that's the Highland boundary fault. So officially, this side of the line is the Lowlands, that side of the line, this side is the Highlands. And I'll just show you another little map as well. This is a great wee map, and it just shows you the southern uplands near the borders, Midland Valley, and this is the Highland boundary fault here. So we're actually on this Highland boundary fault. And the great thing about this little piece of information is because if you look at the islands, they're in a line, small one, slightly bigger, and then the bigger one. And if you can actually if I just come over here a wee bit, you can see the hill that goes beyond it as well, and that hill comes all the way down there, and that's actually a fault line. Now this was created about 400 million years ago, so it's a bit spooky and a bit difficult to get your head round, but that just shows you the Highland boundary fault. Ben Lomond is the highest mountain. You can just see its peak there, and it's great today because it's clear and we can actually see the summit. Now Ben Lomond is about 3,200 feet high, about 900 metres, and it's a Munro. Now a Munro is any mountain over 3,000 feet, and the Munros are named after a man called Sir Hugh Munro, and he was born in 1856, but he produced the first list of such hills, known as Munro's Tables, in 1891. There's over 300 Munros in Scotland. Ben Nevis, of course, I was there 2 weeks ago. You may have seen my videos on Ben Nevis, and also the Caledonia Canal, and that's the highest, of course, that's the highest mountain in Great Britain, at 4,500 feet, 1,300 metres. So that gives you a little bit about Loch Lomond. Down below us we've got the village of Garter, Harn, or it looks like Gartochern, and as you can see the landscape around here is all farmland, mainly sheep and cows, but it's really glorious farmland all the way around. Over this side is MacGregor territory, and over that side is Cahoon territory. And actually, if you were to go to Exclusive Scottish Visits on YouTube, you'd get a more formal video, one a little bit more professionally produced, with a bit of music as well. That's Exclusive Scottish Visits on YouTube. But just to tell you a little bit about MacGregors, that's the Trossachs over there. It's a part of Scotland, between Stirling and Glasgow, I suppose. The Trossachs, beautiful part of the country with a lovely country park. This actually is the Loch Lomond and Stirling National Park here as well. But the MacGregors, of course, you'll probably know MacGregor because it was Rob Roy MacGregor who became famous after Sir Walter Scott wrote about him. You may well have seen the film, actually, Rob Roy, and he was painted as a sort of Robin Hood of Scotland. If you read the real history of Rob Roy, you'll see he was a bit of a boyo, cattle thief, and you never knew which side he was on. One minute he was fighting for the Jacobites, next minute he wasn't. But his bacon really was saved by the Duke of Argyll. He got on very well with that man, and he became his patron. And of course his arch enemy was the Duke of Montrose. There's the sun just coming through now, isn't that absolutely glorious? Hi, Peter Brash. So, just give you a view. Anyway, that's the MacGregors. And then on this side you've got the Cahoons. That's Colquhoun, Colquhoun. And they're the ones that own a few of the islands in the middle as well. The island nearest to us, the big one, just centre camera now, is called Inchmurren. And that's one of 2 of 30 islands. Loch Lomond has about 30 islands. That's one of 2 that's actually occupied. And on that island there is a small hotel. And I was on the island about 10 years ago with my friends who got married there. Lovely, lovely folk. And so you can go to that one. There's another one that's occupied just beyond that, although I think they only come part-time. At least Inchmurren, it's lived on all the time. The people actually live there. And then just beyond that, if you could count about 4 islands back towards a small village of Luss, we've actually got wallabies on one of these islands. Red wallabies, which is really quite amazing. And the wallabies were brought here by Lady Cahoon in the mid-19th century. And they're still there. Occasionally, they can swim, of course, they occasionally escape. So there's always great excitement on the main road leading up all the way up Loch Lomond side when you see a wallaby bouncing before the car. So that's actually quite fun. There's been some discussion about culling them because they've taken over from the natural wildlife, but I don't know, I think we should keep them. I think they're great. So that's Loch Lomond. You can see it all the way up there. And to give you a little bit of ideas to geological difference, if you look, I'm looking here, this is the Lowlands, and you can see the beautiful parkland all the way around. Now, geology, of course, dictates as to where man settled, and the topography is so different. You cross those islands, you cross into the Highland boundary, and you can see the starkness of the mountains, probably growing pine trees and heather and fern, whereas down here you can actually, it's arable. So the Lowlands, of course, which is where quite a lot of our arable land is. So there's Ben Lomond. I've been at Ben Lomond a couple of times. Great climb. Give yourself about 5 hours, and I know there'll be some out there going, I see a wimp. You can do it in about 3.5. A nice steady climb. Take a picnic with you on a nice day. Have a picnic at the top, and then come back down again. But isn't that just amazing? And there's the sun shine going down there. Hi Robert Wright, nice to see you again. Yeah, all is well, mate, thank you. bit strange actually, because I'm normally touring at this time, up the far north with American clients mainly. And it just seems strange to be out here on this hill by myself, just doing a little chat to people from all over the world, which is quite marvellous really. Yeah, it's really quite bizarre, the situation at the moment. No bookings at all this year. Everybody's either cancelled or postponed till next year. Hi Mary from Canada. Hi Canada. I hope, in fact, the Australians will probably get this. I'll actually post it once I've finished, and they'll hear all about the Wallabies that actually live on Inchconnecan Island out there. Actually, Inchconnecan is for sale. Here you go, folks. Here's an advert. Inchconnecan is for sale. The Cahoons have decided to try and top up their coffers, and so they put it up for sale. They're looking for offers over £500,000. So there you go. If you're sitting on a nice one-bedroom flat in London, you could sell your one-bedroom flat and come and buy an island. How's about that? There was, I see, a crowdfunding page. One lady that used to live in the island sort of 30, 40 years ago, she decided to try and buy it. So she put a crowdfunding page up, and I had my fingers crossed for her. Oh, hi Aussie, Margaret Cox from Aussie. Oh yeah, Margaret, how are you doing? Yeah, so I kept my fingers crossed for this lady trying to buy Inchconnecan Island. And on the day, I think 11th of August, was the closing date for offers, and they reckoned it would go for about £1 million. She had raised £2,426, so I'm afraid the poor girl didn't actually get it. Although, having said that, I think it's still in the market. So if there's anybody out there who wants a Scottish island in the middle of Loch Lomond to escape from this COVID business, then for heaven's sake, give the agent a ring and get yourself an island. By the way, invite me across. Yeah, a few people on here just saying how sad it is, the change. It really is. I've become, I'm quite a cool granddad because I've got all the latest technology. I think since March, I've learned to podcast. I've learned to do this, of course, live broadcasting. I'm making YouTube videos. You just got to change. You just got to go with the times. There's nothing else for it. You can either sit and scratch your head and be miserable and feel sorry for yourself, or get out there. And as you can see, I'm getting out there. But isn't it lovely? This is the wide part of the loch. This is the south side, the south part of Loch Lomond, and the north stretches 23 miles way beyond there. Let me just show you the other side now, again, for those that haven't seen it yet. You see everything's going back. We've still got some brambles here actually. I don't know if you can see those. They've not quite turned yet, but some have. And it's always good to come up here about this time with a little pot and pick your blackberries. And the apples have fallen off the trees now, so that's the farmland beyond as well. And that's looking out to the east, Stirling, and that's the south towards Glasgow. And of course the west, where the sun is setting. So I'll give you one more view of the loch. Isn't this amazing? Well, this is John Harbour from Exclusive Scottish Visits. And as I say, can I just thank you so much for those of you that have said that I should ask for a wee gratuity. I'm certainly not going to ask, but if you wanted to donate something, then you can look at my Exclusive Scottish Visits Facebook page. You'll see there's a link there to PayPal, and 50% will go to the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Good night from Inverness. Okay, Bruce, good night. All the best. Okay, guys, that's me. I'm going to finish there. I'm going to be late for my supper. But yeah, I can see, Susan, you're missing the motherland. It is amazing, isn't it? And just as I sign off, there's the sunset. And there's Loch Lomond once more. I'll be posting this anyway. But can I just say thank you for watching. It's always good to have you guys with me. I hope you're well. Stay safe in this very difficult time. Love you lots. And bye for now.